So you want to know how the housing market is in Toronto? Well, here it is. For the first 5 months of the year, the average home prices as well as the sales activity had gone up. And then came June and July with the interest rate hikes. Sales activity had gone down drastically, but the prices are doing okay with a slight decrease in the majority of the GTA. If you don't have the time, that's all the data that's provided by the Toronto Real Estate Board. But if you can give me another 6 minutes, I'll share with you some of the insights that I have being on the front lines and what I would advise to anyone that's looking to buy and sell in this market. My name is Dioyer Murat. I'm a real estate broker here in the Greater Toronto area. I make educational videos regarding the housing market and real estate here in the GTA. And I really would appreciate it if you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe, as it would motivate me to keep pumping out these videos for you. With that being said, let's get started on the market update. Typically, the summer months in real estate are a little slow compared to the rest of the year. But the July stats show that we're actually in a better place now in terms of sales and average home prices than a year ago. But our year-to-date numbers show otherwise. There have been just shy of 44,000 homes sold in GTA so far. That's drastically lower than the same time last year. And even if you exclude the 2020 and the 2021 markets as they were the outliers, sales activity year to date this year is down almost 20% from the same time in 2019. And 2019 being the last normal year we've had. Now I want to bring your attention to month-over-month data here. Active listings have been creeping up on a month-over-month basis. If you look at May 2023 to June to July, you notice the active listings have been jumping up by quite a bit. In other words, there are now 30% more homes for sale than 2 months ago and 10% more than the same time last month. Let me repeat that. There are now 30% more homes for sale in GTA than 2 months ago and 10% more than last month. The result, average price of a home in GTA has dropped $60,000 in a single month, or roughly 5%. Now don't get it twisted, the market isn't being flooded with new listings, but it's just that there are a lot more new listings now than there were a couple of months ago, and it just seems to be the trend for the past 2 months. Now, multiple offers are still happening. There are a number of homes that are still getting well above the asking price, with buyers getting into multiple bids. Now, both of my latest listings, for example, got into multiple bids and sold well over the asking price. But the common denominator here is that both of these homes showed very, very well, and they were priced really well or really just below the market value. And that's really what's bringing these buyers through the doors. Buyers are putting every single dollar into their down payment, so they have very little money to spend on renovation. That's why these homes that are already done up is selling quick and for good money, but homes that need work are sitting on the market or possibility of price reduction down the line. Now, if you're someone who's genuinely interested in the housing market, I would cut out all the noise and all the news headlines, and I would only focus on what's being listed and what's selling. And that is the single most important metric to look at when assessing a market. Now let's shift our focus over to the Durham region. And these are the average prices for a detached home here in Durham. As you can see, the average prices in Durham have been dropping across the region, and the Pickering actually saw the sharpest decline last month. But Pickering also had the fastest incline in the beginning of the year. And the rest of the region is performing the same, if not better, than the rest of the GTA. So at the end, what do I recommend for buyers and sellers? Well, let's start with buyers. The best deals on the market right now are in the assignment market, which is flooded with deals. There are some people that bought pre-construction a couple of years ago, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, with no intention of closing, and they're really hurting right now. Rates are high, and even if they somehow end up closing on this property, the rent that they get from the home isn't enough to cover the mortgage, so they will be forced to either sell or looking to sell the contract prior to closing. Now, I'm part of a lot of these Facebook groups, so every single day I see sellers trying to sell their property or assign their property to potential buyers, and some of them are letting them go at the price that they bought or even lower depending on when and what the market was like when they first purchased a home. But I always say shopping for a house in an assignment market is kind of like shopping at Winners. You just have to look really closely and you can find a really good deal. Also, if you're someone who is paying a lot of money in rent and you are in the position to buy, it is now a good time to start looking, as there are a lot less competition for you and the options are growing day by day. And as sellers, don't grossly overprice your home, but don't be looking to give it away either. Prices are still holding fairly well in this market. However, if you do have a home that's backing or fronting on a busy street, train tracks, highway, cemetery, really busy plazas, or just not in the nicest neighborhood, I would seriously consider selling now while the inventory is still relatively low. This will allow you to move into a nicer property with a decent discount, and your overall cost of acquisition will be lower this way. And that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.